Howdy there, boys and ghouls. It's me, your crypt keeper. No, it's just me, Uncle Rob. Thought I'd do another YouTube video. Don't mind the mess. There's always a mess around here. I'm just back here drinking my Diet Dr. Pepper. That sun's gonna hit me in the face here in a minute. I can see it coming out. It's playing with me. I see you, son. It ain't funny. Can't get any good light nowhere. Time to try and make a video. I got suns coming through everything. The stars always shining on me, baby, because I'm so pretty. But any which way, thought I'd do a video I've had suggested back in a while. People said, what kind of music do you like, Uncle Rob? And I said, good music, by God, good music. I like that rock and rolls. I like that rhythm and blues. I like that good shit. I like that doo-wop, them old musics. I like them big hair bands. My favorite band is Guns N' Roses, as you can see, maybe. I love them. They're my favorites. I love Night Train. My favorite song's Estranged by them. That's a ballad, kind of a depressing number, but I love the solos in it, and I love the meaning behind it and what have yous. Can't go wrong with Guns N' Roses, though. I love all of it. Just put it on, baby, let it play. But who else do I like? The Rolling Stones, of course, because you can't have no Guns N' Roses without the Rolling Stones. Grew up on that mess right there. Painted Black's always a classic. That's one everybody likes. But my favorite Rolling Stone song probably is The Girl with the Faraway Eyes. You know the ones I'm talking about. It's a good, if you hadn't heard that one, go check it out. It's a good one. It's Mick Jagger doing some country singing, baby. And oh, you just can't go wrong with the Rolling Stones. I seen them in concert back in 1994, and it was the Rolling Stones Voodoo Lounge tour. They were out here in Birmingham, Alabama, at the Legion Field. That's a big football stadium, old football stadium in Birmingham. And I remember that place was packed. I had front row tickets, baby. Me and my mama up there in the front row with the security and everybody. When they came on stage, you could hear them damn the explosions they had and what have you. You could feel the heat on your face, man. I don't ever forget that mess. That was a good damn concert right there. That's what memories are made about. And I tell you, we got the VIP Voodoo Lounge tickets before we had that all you can drink, all you can eat foods, and hung out there. And I remember my mama telling me, hey, it's free. It was like Forrest Gump up in that bitch, man. She said it's free victuals, it's free drinks, enjoy. And so I was down in them drinks, and I wasn't old enough to drink at that time. So I was drinking them sodas down, and they had everything, eating, but mainly sucking them drinks down, you know, gulp, 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 gulping. So it's time for the concert, and it was the Counting Crows that opened up. So I saw the Counting Crows back in '94, back in their heyday too. They were good. Wasn't super into them at the time, but I've seen them again since, and I've come to enjoy the Counting Crows a good bit. They definitely, to me, they're one of the bands, once you see them, if you don't so much love them, you know, or whatnot, but if you see them live, they really put on a good show and are talented. But any which way, it was time for the show to start, so we had front row, so we had to go all the way up there, big football stadium. We get up there, you know, it starts, and we're going through it, and by the time the Rolling Stones get on, and they're going for a while, them damn sodas done come back on me, son. I done filled it up. I done filled the bladder up. And we're talking a football stadium, and you're in the front row outside, open football stadium, all this going on. There ain't no way in hell you're going back to the pisser to you know, empty your bladder. They got porta potties like 40 miles back there across, but you're in the front row, you ain't ever getting back. Once the concert started, you're not making it back to the front. So there I am enjoying the Rolling freaking Stones, you know, up close. You're like this, and I got to piss like a sumbitch the whole time. And at one point, you know, I'm doing the pee-pee dance, and I'm holding myself, and I'm just like, mother of God, you know, oh shoot, trying to enjoy things, and explosions going on, scaring me. I'm surprised I didn't piss myself, honestly. And hell, even my mom at one time, and she's a classy lady, she was even like, man, just whip it out and pee on the front row, you know, just go. Everybody's stoned as hell and drinking and not what have you. I think she was contact high. She don't do no drugs or drink or anything. My mama don't, but I think she was getting a buzz from everybody else smoking the marijuana and what have you around. And she was just like, she thought she was inside at one point. My mom's like, "Mom, it's smoky as hell in here." And the lady next to her, drunk off her ass, you know, was like, "You're outside." And she was like, "Oh shit." But anyway, she was telling me just to take a piss on the, you know, the ground there. Hell, and I don't think the security guard gave a shit. That, and I was young and still had my hearing good, so I was deaf. I mean, that concert, you could feel the damn, the jumping jack flash going right through you, son, because we're right in front of all the speakers. It was like wall-to-wall speakers. I mean, they had it set up. It's Rolling Stones, man. They go big. They were good. I mean, it was prime. It was louder than shit. I was deafer than shit. It was hurting me. It was so loud. And the security, you don't say nothing bad about them security fellas at these concerts. This big burly security dude that time, I'm a young feller, he gave me his earplugs finally, thank God, so I could enjoy the show, because I'm telling you, it was so goddamn loud. My dad was in the back. See, I got the good front row seats from my mom. My dad was in the back nosebleed section with the potheads. They were passed around the joints back there, and he was sitting back there. He don't do nothing either. My parents don't do none of the mess, don't even drink, don't do nothing. My dad might have a beer once in a year or some stuff, you know. He's not even a drinker. So he was back there with them fellas, and he was in the very back and getting hit. It was so loud. They had it loud. You could hear it down the damn next, you know, neighborhoods and neighborhoods down. So them earplugs saved my damn life, because it was so loud. I could, up front, man, you felt it. So I couldn't even enjoy it. It was so loud until I got them. But it was a great concert. Anyway, I had to piss the whole damn time. And so finally, at the end of the show, finally it's over with. You know, they've done all the encores, and it's great. And they got the big blow up. They had the huge, like, it looked like a Batman 1989 at the end when the Joker had all them blow up floats, the float things. They had all these big Voodoo Lounge women and baby dolls and skeletons and all kinds of things. I can't remember all what they were, but they had them blowing up all over the stage. It was a big stage and a proper concert, man. It was awesome. And when it finally ended, though, I was like, oh shit, we're heading back towards them. I'm like, get me in them portalets. And of course, everybody had the same idea at that time, because everybody's drunk off their ass and drinking and what have you. I finally got in one of them porta pots, and everybody's coming by you, man. You know how lovely a portalet is any which way. And of course, at the end of the concert, they had done seen their business, so I'm in there pissing, and it ain't stopping. I pissed for about 30 damn minutes straight, and I wasn't even done, but the damn things were, I was in there, and the toilet was a-rocking, and they was coming a-knocking, son. And so I had to pink shit off and be like, I'm getting the hell out of here before I get knocked over in this shit or whatever the hell's happening out there. That's why I remember most about the concert. It was an awesome concert, like I said. Rolling Stones, you ever get a chance to see them, God bless, they're still going. Keith Richards is immortal, but, you know, God bless, everybody's still going. Go see that, man. It's a great show. But I remember most about it is I had to fucking piss, and I felt like Forrest Gump going, I gotta pee. Shoot. Any which way, that's Rolling Stones. So I got to see them. That's one of the best things ever. Who else do I like? Gotta bring up Megadeth. As far as you going for metal, I do like metal. I'm not into the death metal and all that super metal stuff. That's just not my jam. I got plenty of friends that live all that stuff, are in metal bands and all that mess. But I like Metallica and Megadeth, but Megadeth's my jam. Metallica's alright, but Megadeth is where it at. Old Dave Mustaine. I didn't get to see Megadeth. Whew. I almost did. I had tickets back in the day. I forget who they were with, but I went to some other concert, and they were like, you come to this concert, you buy these tickets. They were giving away Megadeth tickets. They were coming to the Oak Mountain Amphitheater out here back then. And I was like, hell yes. And this was before I was super into them, but I was like, hell yes, I'm going to go see Megadeth. Go see freaking Megadeth. My friend's supposed to take us, get dropped off at his house, and he's like, oh, I'm going to work today. I'm not going to see Megadeth, or we got to go to work, him and his girlfriend. So there that was. I didn't get to go, had tickets, wasted that, didn't get to see Megadeth. Not too long after that, the damn Megadeth, Dave Mustaine had his health where he had that stroke or nerve damage thing where he ended Megadeth. Not too long, a few years after that. And I was like, shit, I'll never get to see him again. And of course, they're back now. And but they came to the Crawfish Bowl here, of all places, man. They had the Birmingham Schaefer Ice Center Crawfish Bowl. Megadeth at the Crawfish Bowl. I didn't get to go see them there. That pissed me off though. I was like, when are they going to come to a Crawfish Bowl? I was like, who the hell booked Megadeth for a Crawfish Bowl? It was like, you know, it's like mostly rap acts and pop stuff, and then they had Megadeth. And I was like, who? What? I hadn't got to see them, but I love Dave Mustaine. I'm glad he's doing good. He had throat cancer, I think it was, or some kind of cancer. I'm glad he's fighting that. He's coming back, and he's a tough son of a bitch right there, Mr. Dave Mustaine. But I love Megadeth, man. Trust is one of my favorites. Sweating Bullets, all the hits. Just put on Megadeth. I love 1,000 Times Goodbye. I love Capital Punishment is one of my favorite albums. Of course, the classics before that, but I remember in the early 2000s, the ones they came out with. I always loved Megadeth. Megadeth sounds like Megadeth. To me, Megadeth's always, even in their more pop stuff, that got more radio play and stuff, they're still Megadeth. Where Metallica, I still love Metallica too. I don't have any hate for them, but Metallica has definitely changed more as time went on. Where Megadeth, to me, my personal opinion. What else? Who else? I love the Doors. Love Jim Morrison and the Doors. Just let it, just let it play. Anything by the Doors. People Are Strange When You're a Stranger. Tiny Tim. I love Tiny Tim, man. Tiny Tim covering People Are Strange is one of the best songs ever. I heard it was written about him. Not sure if that's true or not, but I believe it. Tiptoe Through the Tulips, the Sunshine People, whatever. Tiny Tim's awesome. I love his range, and if you hadn't heard anything besides Tiptoe Through the Tulips, definitely go on YouTube and check him out. Tiny Tim could sing deep. He could sing high. Tiny Tim was a very interesting person. I love watching his Howard Stern interviews, and just him as a person. He's awesome. I love his odd style. I love doo-wop music, 50s and 60s, some of my favorite music. I love Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. That high, Sherry baby, that fucking high, man, that'd be awesome to be able to sing like that. Like I said, like Axl Rose can sing in so many different voices and tunes. I just love that, to be able to hit that high stuff, and I can't sing like that. I can go with the high. Well, I'm getting better at doing some of the high voices, but how they get their voices to go from, especially like Axl, you hear him talking, he's like gravelly, all like this, talking, and then he's got that high. In the 80s, like Skid Row, Sebastian Bach. One of the last concerts I went to was Sebastian Bach, Dokken, and Poison. I love Skid Row. Sebastian is awesome. Dokken, rocking with Dokken. I love Dokken, man. Don Dokken. I got to see them. That was the last concert. Like I said, Poison. I've seen many a times. I love Poison. I get a lot of hate for that one because some people don't like the glam and the big hair. I love it. CC DeVille gets a lot of hate. I love CC. Pick up that guitar and talk to me. I don't care if he's not the most complicated guitarist and all that. When you see him play live and you see that, it's fun. Poison's a fun band to me. They're about having a good time. The guitar solos. I love that kind of music. So CC DeVille's one of my favorites. Velvet Revolver, of course, basically just Guns N' Roses with Scott Weiland. Speaking of Scott Weiland, STP, I love STP, one of my favorite bands. God rest Scott Weiland. I think he got gypped on he had many years of giving us good music and performing, and sure he was in bad shape sometimes, but he always sounded good to me. I saw him many times. I saw him about 4 times with STP over the years, and I saw him with Velvet Revolver twice. And just great shows, and for somebody sitting there, of course, with Velvet Revolver, they did Guns N' Roses songs and STP songs, and everybody did a great job. Scott sang Guns N' Roses awesome, and I'm very critical of people singing Axl stuff that's not Axl, and Scott was one of the best. I miss him. Everybody's all about Kurt Cobain and Soundgarden dude. Sorry, I like Soundgarden too, but I can't think of his name right. Chris Cornell. Everybody else got all this boo-hoo, and I mean, it's all sad. I hate any of them past. It's bad stuff. But Scott Weiland got shit over, it seems to me. Like, everybody's like, oh, he's an old druggie, he overdosed, fuck how do you think they all died? Kurt Cobain didn't make it, at least Chris Cornell made it a good long time in suspicious circumstances. It could have just been drugs, prescription shit that made him suicidal or what have you. I mean, it's all sad. I'm not down in any of them. And Kurt, dying young, of course, immortalized him. I'm not a big Kurt Cobain fan. Nirvana's all right. I'm not big on them. I'm certainly not big on Kurt Cobain. I actually like Courtney Love's Hole better. And go off on me if you will. And she's a piece of work herself, but I like her singing, and I like the music was written by freaking Kurt and freaking Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins. Smashing Pumpkins, another awesome band. That man is talented as hell. And so if you don't like Hole, you're saying you don't, you know, somewhat. You got to remember who wrote some of their stuff. I love Hole. I like Hole better than I like Nirvana. That's just me. But yeah, Scott Weiland got kind of, oh, he died. And, you know, well, he overdosed. We knew it was coming type stuff. Well, hell, you knew it was coming with all of them to me, you know. And it was sad that Chester from old Lincoln Park died. I'm not his biggest fan, never was a big Lincoln Park guy. He took out when he was with STP there for a while. I didn't have nothing against him, and he was all right singer and everything, but he did not, to me, did not fit STP whatsoever. He did not see, you know, once you've seen Scott, Scott is, I mean, they're, God bless STP, and I like them, and they got to go on and do what they got to do, but STP without Scott, it's just it's not the same. And yeah, Chester just to me just didn't have the voice for STP, like it didn't fit. He did a alright job and everything. That new guy's better. I don't even know his name, but I've heard of him. At least he's in the same style or trying to do the same style. He's not Scott, but he fits way better to me. And he's not a known entity that just took away from it, or, you know, I don't know. I think he's a better fit. And now, you know, there's no chance there, you know, Scott's passed, so there's no, you know, they got to go on, and I understand that. But Scott is STP to me. But yeah, I like that. Like I said, the 50s, 60s doo-wop, and I love Elvis, the king of rock and roll, TCP, baby. Elvis is, you know, if you don't like Elvis, man, you just don't like show business. Elvis, the king, I grew up on that. My mom's a huge Elvis fan. In the Ghetto, Cold Wind Blows, baby. Suspicious Minds. Speaking of that, Dwight Yoakam, I love Dwight Yoakam. He did Suspicious Minds cover, and he did it justice, just like the king would have been proud. My Way, Sinatra cover, I like Sinatra too. Elvis just did everything. Elvis could sing anything. I love that about Elvis. I loved his style, of how he took care of his friends, had his posse, kept his people with him. Just seemed like an awesome guy to hang out with. Just loved Elvis as himself, and like I said, he could sing anything. He was very entertaining. Loved his showmanship. Speaking of showmanship, Diamond Dave, David Lee Roth, I got to see him in concert by himself. Awesome show. If you get to see him, I don't care what people say, Diamond Dave was awesome when I saw him. And he's getting, if he is now getting older, I hadn't seen him lately or listened to it, but just he still puts on a great show, and it's Diamond Dave, baby. Just, it's like, reminds me of Beetlejuice, man. And I was going to see Sammy Hagar, because I like old Sammy too. He's no Diamond Dave, but that show got canceled. I believe it was Sammy Hagar and Leonard Skinner, and I had second row seats, and Leonard Skinner guy had a heart attack or something happened like that, some health problem, so I had to cancel the show. Same thing happened with Leonard Skinner and Aerosmith, I think it was, had a health issue. Aerosmith had his, I think Aerosmith had a problem that time, and they canceled the show. I had good seats to that too. I'd like to see them. I never got to see Aerosmith. I love Aerosmith too, especially I really like their 90s comeback stuff, all them great music videos with Alicia Silverstone. Boy, Alicia's fine. That's one of my crushes, Alicia Silverstone, especially during that time. Gotta give it to old Steven Tyler, Liv Tyler, putting his daughter in all them videos, being all sexy and what have you. But Alicia Silverstone was my girl in those. Like, who, that crazy video where she's driving and she's in the schoolgirl outfit, and I don't even like schoolgirl outfits, but she rocked it. Driving that drop top black Mustang 5.0. I have one of them babies. I love them cars. Her in that car, them two in that car. Whoo, son, that was a good video. All them video series were great. Aerosmith had some great stuff in the 90s. I really liked that run. I love Meatloaf, Like a Bat Out of Hell. That music, the performance, a big man. I mean, do you hear Meatloaf and think, hey, that's that guy right there doing all that awesome singing? I love he's a big guy and represents and puts it all into it, and just, I love the singing. You don't find too many guys singing like the shit Meatloaf sings, with that passion, that strength. Like, he sings awesome selections. So I love Meatloaf. He's one of my favorites. Tuna likes the loaf too. Tuna likes Guns N' Roses. I got her this shirt too. Tuna likes some good music. She likes some questionable stuff too. But I got her all the Bat Out of Hell CDs, because she was like, she liked meatloaf, and I was like, oh hell yes, I'm gonna hook you up. So I hope she still got them over there taking care of them. But yeah, I'm trying to think. I love old country. Willie Nelson, I've seen him a few times, always a great show. If you don't like Willie Nelson, what the hell's wrong with you? George Strait is good country. I met him at Texas, world's largest rodeo one year. As before I really was into it, to his music and stuff, I was younger. And he sat down beside us and had breakfast at the hotel, and we didn't even know who the hell he was. Like, we didn't even catch on it was him till he was leaving. But that was pretty cool. Alan Jackson. That's all some good music though. I love Alan Jackson, puts on some good stuff. Garth Brooks, love Garth. If you don't like Garth, what the hell's wrong with you? Chris Gaines, that fella looks awful familiar. I like all kinds of music from everywhere. All kinds, whatever. There's some, I grew up on some rap too, like some Masterpiece, some Juvenile, like the Big Timers. I like Baby and Old Baby, Birdman. I like that Louisiana rap. 3-6 Mafia's got some catchy stuff. But yeah, that Louisiana Southern type rap. The Last Mr. Biggs from Mobile, Alabama, I believe. He had the diamond in his eye. I like that old car about cars and pimping and good times. I don't so much like rap nowadays. It's just not the same for me. I mean, I don't have no hate for it, but it's just kind of not as fun anymore. Vanilla Ice, always thought, you know, the Great White Hope. Seems like a fun dude. Snow with Informer. If you don't like Informer, you're just not white. Classic skating rink song. Mariah Carey, I love Mariah Carey. That optic, the vocal range that woman has, and she's just such a diva and owns it. I just love that she's you know, her. She's forced to be reckoned with. And that voice, it's Mariah. Hell, I even like Celine Dion. I don't so much like her as a person, but that she does have some good lungs on her and some good voices. Her heart will go on and on. And I like that song she did. It's All Coming Back to Me. That was written for Meatloaf, and he turned it down for like the second Bat Out of Hell album, or the Back Out of Hell or whatever. And then he covered it on Back Into Hell or whatever. The third one, he did do it, but it was written for him, one of his albums. He just didn't record it, and she did. So I always like that song in the video. If you go back and watch that video, it's very Meatloafy with Celine Dion. But I like a lot of the singers. Whitney Houston, that woman could sing. God rest her soul. It's sad she's gone, because you couldn't touch that voice when she was on top and had the voice. When she was on her game, she was one you couldn't touch. Yeah. It's all kinds of good music. I could go on and on and on, but I'm rambling too long here, so I'm going to end it. Any questions, comments, let them have it. Follow me over at RobTackleBox. What's your favorite music and bands? Just give me a few, talk to me, comment, baby, follow me. Thank you for hanging out, chilling with me. Uncle Rob says, how your mama doing?